I spent the whole night lying awake in bed, staring at the ceiling, my mind racing with a million thoughts. I could hear Ryan tossing and turning in the other room, but I couldn't bring myself to face him. How could I look him in the eyes after everything? How could I pretend to be the woman he used to know when I was drowning in betrayal? The next morning, Ryan tried to talk to me, but I couldn't bring myself to listen. Every word he said only made me feel more lost. He apologized over and over, but his words felt hollow. How could I believe him now? "Emily, please, I'm sorry," Ryan said, his voice trembling. It meant nothing with Vanessa. It was just a mistake, something I'm ashamed of. Please don't leave me. But the more he begged, the angrier I became. I wasn't angry just at him. I was angry at myself too. How could I have missed all the signs? How could I have been so blind to what was happening right under my nose? And then I remembered the message from Lisa. I felt the heat rise in my chest as I picked up Ryan's phone once again, staring at the message. I couldn't ignore it any longer. "Who is Lisa, Ryan?" I demanded, holding the phone in front of his face. Ryan looked down, his eyes avoiding mine. She's someone I met at work. It started a few months ago, and it was just one thing led to another. "Another mistake?" I snapped, feeling my heart shatter all over again. "I never meant to hurt you, Emily. I swear." His voice was pleading now, but there was no sincerity in it. How could I trust him again? How could I ever believe anything he said when he'd already betrayed me twice? I stood there in silence, the weight of everything pressing down on me. The pain in my chest felt unbearable, but I couldn't cry anymore. I was too angry, too disappointed. I had to make a decision, but I didn't know what the right choice was. Should I leave him? Should I try to forgive him? I wasn't sure I could ever trust him again, but I didn't want to lose him. I loved him, but did I love the man who had lied to me? Or did I just love the idea of him? "You need to leave, Ryan," I said quietly, though it felt like a knife to my own heart. "I can't do this anymore. I need space. We both need to figure out what we really want." Ryan didn't argue. He stood there, his shoulders slumped in defeat, and for the first time in what felt like forever, I didn't feel sorry for him. I didn't feel the need to comfort him. I was too broken. He left later that day. I could see the guilt written all over his face as he packed his things. Vanessa's face flashed in my mind, and I felt a surge of anger once more. She'd taken something from me, something I wasn't sure I could get back. She'd invaded my life in a way I hadn't expected, and I knew I would never look at her the same way again. As Ryan drove away, I felt a strange mixture of relief and sadness. Relief because I didn't have to pretend anymore. Sadness because I wasn't sure if we could ever fix what had been broken. Days passed, and I focused on myself, on Chloe, on getting through the routine of life without Ryan. But even with him gone, it felt like the weight of the betrayal was still hanging over me. I couldn't escape the thoughts of him with Vanessa. Or worse, with Lisa. I had no idea what was happening between them, but I knew it didn't matter anymore. Ryan had chosen to step outside our marriage, and that was something I couldn't ignore. A week later, I received a text from Ryan. "I'm sorry, Emily. I want to make things right. I don't expect you to forgive me right away, but I hope one day we can work through this. Please let me prove I can change." I didn't respond. I couldn't. I didn't know if I even wanted to. But then, the next day, Ryan showed up at my door. I wasn't expecting it. And the shock of seeing him standing there, looking so lost and broken, made my heart ache. "Emily, please listen to me," Ryan said as soon as I opened the door. "I know I don't deserve your forgiveness, but I love you. I love our family. And I want to fix this. Please, don't give up on me." I looked at him for a long time, searching his eyes for something real, something that would make me believe he was truly sorry. But all I saw was a man who had made too many mistakes. Still, a small part of me wondered if he was capable of change, if he truly understood what he had done. "I don't know if I can ever forgive you, Ryan," I whispered, my voice shaky. "You've hurt me in ways I never thought possible, but I'm willing to try. For Chloe, for us." Ryan nodded, tears in his eyes. "I'll do whatever it takes, Emily. I swear, I just need the chance." Over the next few weeks, things slowly began to change. Ryan stayed with his brother for a while, giving me space, and we started talking, really talking, for the first time in ages. He was honest with me about everything. Vanessa, Lisa, the reasons behind his actions. I listened, but it was hard. It was hard to separate the man I loved from the man who had hurt me so deeply. We began to go to counseling. It wasn't easy. Some days felt like we were making progress, and other days felt like we were stuck in the same painful cycle. But with every session, I felt a little more hopeful that we could rebuild what had been lost. One evening, a few months later, Ryan came home after a long day of work. He walked in, and for the first time in what felt like forever, he kissed me. Not in a rushed, guilt-ridden way, but like he truly wanted to. He pulled back, looking at me with sincerity. "I'm here," he said softly. "I'm not going anywhere, Emily. I know I've broken your trust, but I'm willing to spend the rest of my life trying to rebuild it." I wanted to believe him. I wanted to let go of the hurt, but it was still there, deep inside me, gnawing at my heart. I knew it would take time. Trust couldn't be rebuilt overnight. But maybe, just maybe, we could find a way to move forward. We spent that evening talking, laughing, and sharing memories of better times. It was a small step, but it felt like a start. Ryan wasn't perfect, and neither was I. We both made mistakes, but we still had a chance to fix things. And for the first time in a long time, I felt like there was hope. Thanks for watching. If you like our story, then please hit the like button and subscribe. Stay blessed.